Hello and welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to another video. It is official, Kirnan Dewsbury-Hall is now an Everton player. £25 million plus add-ons, taking it to around 28 or 29 million. And this is a signing I'm very excited for. Dewsbury-Hall is 26, about to turn 27. Very versatile midfielder, can play as a 6, 8 or 10. Didn't really get much minutes for Chelsea last season. Did play a bit for them in the Club World Cup. Made 5 appearances as Chelsea went on to win that. Was a key figure in Chelsea winning the Conference League, where he got 4 goals and 1 assist. As I talk about this video, don't mind if I look off to my right here, as I have got some stats up for Dewsbury-Hall just to go over the past few seasons. So yeah, Dewsbury-Hall has played for Leicester ever since his loan from Luton in 2021, was playing consistently in the Premier League, getting around 2,000 minutes every season. Contributed to them finishing 8th, only got a goal and 2 assists. But then on the relegation season, 2 goals, 2 assists, was one of the standout players in that terrible Leicester side. But it was the 23-24 season where he really broke out in the Championship, scoring 12 goals and getting 14 assists in 41 matches as Leicester went on to win the Championship. And Dewsbury-Hall, I believe, also won the Championship Player of the Season for that. Gets his big move to Chelsea for around, I think it's 40 million including add-ons. But then he just gets no minutes in the Premier League. Only played 13 matches, 2 starts, adding up to 265 minutes. I think that's, well, it's like 3 games worth of football. Yeah, it's 2.99. He's got an assist in that time. But yeah, it was the Conference League where he really stood out. If I have a little look here and get his Conference League stats up specifically for you, he played 13 games in the Conference League for Chelsea. 11 starts at 1,000 minutes, 4 goals, 1 assist. Really good in the running, and it does make up a majority of his statistics. If you look at a lot of his stuff, for example, he's in the top 1% of midfielders across Europe for non-penalty goals and non-penalty XG. Top 3% for shots, top 2% for XG and XA. Top 3% for shot creating actions. His passing and carry numbers are ridiculous, but the caveat there is he was playing much weaker competition in the Conference League. But I still think he's a very good midfielder. I think he's of the quality of someone who could be playing in the Europa League. So I think it's a really good signing to get him in. A real statement intent. Someone who is, again, very versatile, as I mentioned. Can play in that Decore role. Could play next to Idrissa Gueye. Not sure about him playing next to James Garner. I don't think his defensive numbers are good enough for that. And I do think his defensive numbers aren't good enough in a term where he may struggle. I do think they look a little skewed because most of his games came in the Conference League. So defensively, similar to how attacking his numbers are so high, defensively his numbers are a little bit lower because just naturally he wasn't defending as much because Chelsea had so much of the ball. But yeah, I think it's a really, really good signing. I think he's not that old. He's about to turn 27 next month, I believe. So it's one of them where he's still got a good few years of service in him. And for £25 million, I think this is a good deal. I think it's one that I'm glad to see Everton make. I think he's going to be a real impact player. I think he fits into the squad perfectly. He's a hard worker. He's really progressive with the ball, which I think is something we need. We need players who can carry the ball, who are not called Illiman and die. So I think it's one of those where it's just the club's desperately looking for someone who can offer a bit of progressiveness while also having a goal scoring threat. Just an upgrade on Decore, really. I think that's what he is. He's just a big upgrade on Decore in the fact that he will carry the ball, he'll work defensively, maybe not as hard as Decore, but he won't be afraid to press, to charge after people. And he's willing to, pick up the ball in space, play those deep line passes. I think he's one of those where Leicester fans can attest to. He's a fantastic player, he's a fantastic creator, and he really does have that goal threat in him that I think we desperately want from our number 10. I think it's a bit unfortunate for someone like Charlie Alcaraz, but I think he was always brought in to be a squad player anyway. But I don't think you can deny his non-penalty XG plus expected assists was 23.5 last season. He ended on around 26, but not last season. The Leicester season in the Championship, sorry. But I think being that good in the Championship means you're a very good level of Premier League midfielder, just because that's dominating the division. That's 26 goal contributions from midfield towards your team, winning the league, still contributed in European competition last season, and I just think it's one where it's a statement of intent from Everton in the sense that this is a player who's really going to contribute and would not be playing for a relegation level side. I think so. It's proven we're taking a step up in the signings. David Moyes did mention a couple of days ago that we were going to start bringing players in. It's nice to see that they were trying to bring players in, and that when they do really have an interest on someone, they can get deals done this quickly. I think the Paul Joyce news came out around 3 days before it was actually announced by Fabrizio Romano a couple of days ago, and I think it's one of those where it's really good to see the club working like this and to get someone in quickly. But I don't want to keep you here for too long because I just think this is just a quick reaction to it. I think he's going to be really good. I think he's going to be a standout player in the side. And I really, really think this is the type of signing Everton need to be making, because I think he's that good. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. May not start for Chelsea just because of the overwhelming amount of players they have, but could easily play for a Forest. I think he could get minutes for Newcastle, maybe not starting every game, but I think he's a really talented footballer who I am surprised he's joined us, but I'm really happy he has. So, overall, my thoughts, as I mentioned, fantastic signing, glad to see it happen, and hopefully he does really well at Everton, and I think he will, and I can't wait to see what he does in an Everton shirt. But that is all for this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Everton Newsfeed, and follow myself on Twitter at CallumBrannan3. And I'll see you all for the next video and or live stream that I am on.